Thank you, Uttam. It is wonderful to have an industry leader like you here. When we started a few years back, we started with getting the entire performing talent community together, but gradually over the years, we are trying to get all the stakeholders of the industry, and when industry leaders like you who represent the broadcaster come in, it adds a lot of value to a platform like this. So I want to know from you, what do you think? You've been here for some time now. You know a thing or two about what we are doing. We would like to have your thoughts.
No, it's, I totally agree with you. Like, I think this is the 6th edition of the India Voice Fest. Congratulations, for doing such a wonderful work. This is my first time, but I've been associated, with the voiceover artist industry, from 2 decades in a sense. I was a producer, I was doing short films as a freelancer, and I connected with one of the best voiceover talents, right in the beginning, be it Chetan Shashital, who in fact, gave voice to one of my first shorts as a student project. And I think that was the beginning. And
you could afford him as a student project? You could afford Chetan?
Thankfully, we had a wonderful producer, Mr. Ram Mohan, under whose, Chatar Chaya, we were doing this short film. He was able to afford. So that's right. I mean, a small thing is Chetan comes to the set. First time you're meeting him, our film is all made. And we are happy that we've done a film in 2 months' time. And he comes, we are explaining him everything, and he never reacts. Doesn't react to anything. So हम 3 filmmaker animate भी हमने करा दिन रात करके और रामोहन सर ने बोला कि he's going to do your voiceover. And he's never reacting. Okay, and then we कि अगर कुछ interaction तो होना चाहिए, आप कुछ बोलो हम कुछ बोलें कुछ समझ में आए, but ऐसी बात हुई नहीं कोई. And then, okay, now the sound studio time comes, we are there in the morning with the set. First time, he opens his mouth to say the dialogues, and I think all 3 of us were stunned. Literally stunned. That experience of him adding the life to the characters, I still can't, I still give me, shivers when I remember that moment. And this was our first break, right, So we're very lucky to be part of that. And after that, there were voice artists like Rahul Mulani with Channel V and multiple other, I was able to work
We have
with.
Rahul here? Do we have Rahul here?
We have Rahul here. That'll be amazing.
Okay, he should be here in some time.
Right.
Okay.
But then I found my, break with cartoons and animation. That was my first love. And then with various channels, now with Warner Bros. Discovery. And I'm really happy to hear most of, I guess, voice talent's first break has been through the character voices. And I was saying, that as a channel, we are part of the entire stakeholders. We have these amazing dubbing team, within us who look after. I mean, they're also part of here. Danish is here, Amit is here, Sean is here, part of the team. But this process, packaged together is never complete, till we have the right voices with us, I mean, that's a very important thing which, been taking care of these guys. And as much as I could, if I'm present on a show which is created, from our hands, whether it's Fukre Boys or Little Singham, my experience within that set, I want to be there, enjoy that experience, see, how the characters are adding the life to those, and if I can add value, I will do that, or I will receive the feedback from the voice actors, because they have experience, to go back and tell, same feedback to our writers, that this is the character we are creating, this is the way we need to, write it better, and that's always been a beautiful experience for me, right.
Absolutely. You were talking about Chetan some time back. You said that हम लोग बोलते रहे और उन्होंने कोई जवाब नहीं दिया. ये फ़र्क है चेतन में और बाकी वॉइस आर्टिस्ट्स में. हम बोलते रहते हैं और क्लाइंट कोई जवाब नहीं देता. हमारे साथ उल्टा होता है.
All right.
चेतन अभी तक यहाँ नहीं है, इसके लिए मैं जो क्रैक कर रहा हूँ. Some days back, incidentally, Chetan did a lovely online session, a conversation with Mr. Prahlad Kakkad,
right,
who is also going to be here in some time,
right,
which is an amazing thing. One thing that I must compliment you, Uttam, is that you and your channel, of late, you've been really promoting anime and the work that you guys are doing,
yes,
and you've been promoting platforms, and in turn which promotes artists. I think there was some event sometime back which you guys backed,
Right.
and which is amazing that you are promoting the creator community. हमारी industry के लिए तो we are the creator community.
Totally. Right.
So, why do you think is that not happening across the board? Why are we still, as a fraternity, as a community of professional talents, why are we still struggling for recognition? And what can we do better to involve more stakeholders into the ecosystem?
So I think on the first part, like, anime, and I believe, Ankur has been doing a wonderful, job here. And not just that, even with characters like Chota Bheem, Little Singham, they become such a strong part of the identity of the character, like Sonal for Chota Bheem, been ages. I think naturally the voice actors become the brand ambassador for the show itself. And that's what, recently the event which we did in Nagpur with the anime community there, has been so great. I mean, for us also, this is great learning. We were happy to be part of it. I think initiated by Ankur, and we could be part of it. But I agree, in some sense, that recognition, is due, and it should come out, as many as opportunities like a platform like this, or even more. And there can be, definitely a discussion of feedback. How do we give credit, to the artists, so that the industry, the talent is recognized. So I totally agree with you, on that front. Right.
Right. But I really appreciate and I compliment you for coming out, for being here, for showing up, because I think this is one struggle that we've been having. While the performing talents from across the country, whether it is an aspiring talent or whether you talk about some of our legendary artists, they've been very supportive of this platform, but we've been struggling with getting more stakeholders, especially from the broadcaster side. Right. So is there something that we can do next year better to have more of your colleagues from different platforms join us?
No, I think, frankly, the honor is all mine. I am really privileged to be part of this, the team here, the people here, and hearing them out. That's my honor, and we can definitely, sit together, have an interaction, figure out a way, in which, this platform can be made much bigger. What can we do, to hear it out? And if this is a platform where we get the great feedback, we would love to be, here.
Lovely. That's
Plus,
very kind of you.
I wanted to definitely, congratulate the My Hero Academia team, the character voice, which really won the award today. So I got to know. Congratulations on that front. Sahil, is it right? Yes.
Sahil Vinod Kulkarni. Sahil, are you there?
All right.
Lovely. Sahil is Vinod Kulkarni's son, who is an absolute stalwart of a voice artist in his own right, and his son is making him so proud.
Well, wonderful. But frankly, you said creator economy, right? I mean, the mediums, the platforms, there's so many of them. I mean, we have our own beautiful platform. It's been a traditional industry, and we are facing some headwinds, OTTs coming up. But as talents, as voiceover, who can tell stories, who can engage the audiences through any medium, I say, the world is open for you right now, frankly. And this is a time where you can really capitalize on that equity, aapka jo talent hai. I mean, this is a time for you. So
that's great.
All the best.
Uttam, we have a lot of aspiring artists, a lot of people who are just fresh into the field. What would be your advice to them, or what would be your advice about how should they look at this industry? You are right in the center of the field as a broadcaster. How optimistic are you? Because we also have, as talents, a lot of headwinds, a lot of technological headwinds coming our way.
True, right.
But sitting where you are, how do you see the prospect of people who are entering into the craft today?
Right. I think the first and foremost advice which I'll give you is watch a lot of cartoons. Don't stop watching them. Enjoy, your favorite characters, live with them, and that's what make our life, much more fruitful. Whether starting from Ben 10 to Tom and Jerry. Well, हमने तो Tom and Jerry में voice डाल दिया, right? I mean, I'm sure there will be artists here who, we've added voice to Tom and Jerry also. So, yeah, Abhishek is there right here from Viacom. Right, wonderful. And I mean, if anybody is aspiring, I want to highlight Amit is here, Sean, Danish is here from a team, you know. I mean, you could get in touch with them. But we work with very wonderful voiceover directors, I think, who know the nuance, like, you know, of what we really want. Our timeline is really crunched, but I think they hone the real talent. And you know, I could share a few names, but maybe they can connect. Not just that, like I'm talking about cartoons, but Warner Bros. Discovery also has Discovery. Chetan sir is here.
We were just talking about you some time back, Chetan, when he said he got you for a student project. And my obvious question was, how did you afford Chetan?
No, I couldn't get it. He got us. It was his, like, you know, I think he selected us for that project. I think after that, our life was set. So.
यहाँ कंपनियां बिक जाती हैं चेतन को हायर करने में.
But yes, so I think not just that, you know, as I said, the platforms are open. So your voice can get there, reach their audiences away. I mean, you know, through, it's just really up to you. If you're holding yourself back, then it's really up to you, like, you know, and to go and get out and reach the audiences, I would say.
Lovely. So, Uttam, you know, I really want to thank you, one, for showing up at a voice artist community event, because you're not in your own personal capacity. You're showing up representing Warner Brothers Discovery, and that means the world to us. क्योंकि मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, the more stakeholders join in, वक्त के साथ, जैसा वो एक कहावत है एक ad में, हवा बदलेगी. And I'm hoping that in times to come, the voice acting industry, especially the artist community, will be perceived as a very strong force and a very important part of the entire audiovisual element that you create. So thank you so much, Uttam, for being here.
Thank you.
And on behalf of the entire community, on behalf of India Voice Fest, all of us, we want to present a small token to you.